Good morning, USA. This is MJW Bigfoot reporting live from Elkton, Virginia. I don't have a whole lot going on right now. Been working on my truck a little bit until it started raining. I ordered a set of oversized crank rods and thought I could hand fit them, but they were a nightmare, so I ordered a smaller size to make it more perfect fit. I ended up buying another set. Unreal, the prices on eBay. I got the second set for half of what I paid for the first one. That's the way the world is today. You never know what you're getting. Until you buy it and you get it and see what happens, you know what you got. The price is up and down. I've seen actually some parts for $2,500 sell right next to the same part for 25 bucks. The exact same part. I think what's happening is the wealthy people are paying for a lot of these parts. And they're not questioning it. They're able to write it off just like an astronaut would a pair of pliers. Nobody asks any questions. They just take the money and run. This is dog-eat-dog world out there. We have to do what we can do to get the best price and the value. If you don't hunt around and look for stuff, you won't know. But if you do hunt around, you'll find out. Even by buying the used parts from the thrift stores, it's the same as eBay. Some of your used parts on eBay are just like a thrift store item. You can get a half a cost if you can find the part, and it works. If it's original factory equipment, it may end up being better than a Chinese knockoff. I don't have anything bad about buying from overseas, and especially from my Asian brothers and sisters. But America has to wake up and watch how they're spending their money. And the days of getting things easy are gone. You have to use your noodle and judge with your eyes. I've been watching some Bigfoot films today. The Paterson Gemlin film of the 1969 Bigfoot. It was just as real to me today, even though some people still claim it's a suit, a man in a suit, or a woman in a suit. Patty, as we call her, Bigfoot, if you notice, when she walks, she has several differences. The way she walks is what me and my dad used to call pussyfooting. When you walk this way through the snow in the woods, you're oftentimes stepping on hidden logs under the snow. And when you walk this way with your weight ahead of you and your knees severely bent in a lower type posture, using the tips of your toes more than the heel, you save yourself from a broken leg. That's the main. If you want to break your leg, just walk like you would on the street through snow. First thing that will happen is you'll get your foot up over a log and down underneath of another one. When you go forward, as you go forward, your leg will become pinched in between the two logs, and your weight will carry you forward to dislocate your knee or break your leg. Only one way out of the situation is to turn sideways and fall over backwards until you can get your feet out. This commonly has happened in creeks, and people have drowned because they get their feet down in a pinched area and they can't get over the fact that they have to return to the original position in order to get out. You can't pull your foot straight up anymore. You have to go back to where you was and pull it out where you came from. It's the only way in and the only way out. When Patty walks, she uses the pushy foot, and that's saved her legs over the years, her knees from falling and tripping. She can pretty much just scramble right through a buried pile of logs in the snow, and it wouldn't hurt her one bit. Using her arms as ballast to carry her through, and falling onto her hands and crawling whenever needed. She wouldn't have any problem climbing over the roughest terrain from California to Kansas. And I know because I've been there and I've done it. This method of moving also causes your muscles to change. Your calf muscles and the angle of your knee to your heel is more horizontal than vertical. When you're walking this way through the woods, the distance between your knee and your heel, your foot heel, very rarely passes the vertical line. Vertical being like this. Horizontal is like this. Your leg, when you walk through your way, you'll notice as Patty walks, her legs stay up as she's walking. They don't go down like this. They go up like this. That's what saves your feet in the woods. And your weight in your hands and your arms leaning forward, you have complete control. And not only that, but her back muscles, her neck muscles, the way she has to turn her torso, to turn her head. There can't be a man in a suit. It's impossible. I've studied it 1,000 times on a big screen TV. Stabilized. I've watched it stabilized and still shot and painted it over and over and over again. It is not a man in a suit. And I'll vouch for that till the day I'm dead. If it was a man in a suit, I would tell you, and I've seen lots of them. The first suit sign away for a suit giveaway is the loose cloth around the ankles and around the wrists. You'll notice that the whole area seems to sag and move. The reason why this is because most of the suits they make, you push your foot through. Well, this shouldn't be. There should be a zipper there where it can zip up real tight. And the same way with your wrists. If you want the suit to look more realistic, there should be a zipper there that zips up the loose cloth around the wrists in the areas where it's tight. And that way, if you wanted to build up muscles on the suit, your muscles would reflect and make the muscles on the suit move. Not move in the way we think to move, but at least they would bulge in and out. If you want to make a more realistic suit, get rid of all the top heavy head patterns and make one with the eyes up on your forehead, so you're actually looking through underneath of the eyes, and that way the suit would look more realistic. Because Bigfoot has a small top of his head is much smaller than ours, it's lower, and his eyebrows go out a little bit farther, and his forehead tilts back. He doesn't have that large frontal area like we have. His brain is tucked back and behind and narrower underneath the sagittal crest. In case they fight, they won't get brain damage. They have at least an inch or two of flesh on both sides of their head. The part that's exposed to the bone might be very, very top might be exposed to some bone, and their brow ridge might be exposed to some bone. But the rest of this area here on the Bigfoot is all muscle. It's not hard. It's not hard like our head. It's muscle. I know anatomy. I know how monkeys and gorillas are, and theirs is the same way. Only Bigfoot has his own shape. He's not related to a monkey. He's just a creature that came and was evolved from the earth or planted here from other worlds, whichever way. We don't completely understand. Like Noah's Ark, everybody believes it. Well, that's what could be happening in more than one way. It could be happening from one planet to another. We don't know. But the Bigfoot is definitely out there. I need to go out and search for him more often. Put out some mud traps, some wet sand traps, some fishing line. I like the fish hook idea where you just put treble hooks on a leaf and you put long pieces of thread, and then when the Bigfoot walks by, hooks the treble hooks, and it will drag the treble hook through the woods, and if the treble hooks are gone, then you know the creatures are walking through there real high. If you put them at an 8 foot height and they're gone all the time, then you can use other string traps and camera traps they're triggered from great distances, so the Bigfoot can't see the camera itself. The cameras you buy in the store are just too short range. You need to buy some that work on 100 foot from another trigger, where you set up a trigger in one area and put your camera on the other side of the valley so you can see the area from a long distance. That way, if anything would pass through that 100 by 100 area, it would show on the camera from the other side. That's what they need to do. They need to increase the values of the distances for the automatic cameras, and also to create them at nighttime. Nighttime is their favorite time to move around. I believe they can see in total darkness. That's why their eyes shine red. They have their own light that comes from their eyes. They can see under the ground in total darkness. They eat the cave creatures and stuff down there and live down there as long as they want to. If there's a fire, they can stay down there as long as they want to. The water's down there. Everything they need to eat is down there. I know this for a fact because I've been in these places, and I can tell you that Bigfoot is real. Prove it to yourself. Go out and set your own sand traps and mud traps. When the creatures walk through, they'll make tracks. You can mold them. You can mold whatever you find. It doesn't have to be Bigfoot. You can mold coyotes. You can mold deer. You can track deer and see if it's the same deer you're tracking year after year. They damage their feet sometimes and they leave special tracks. You can do all kinds of stuff in the woods while you're looking for Bigfoot. You can be looking for all these other creatures, and also, once I found a set of fawn tracks that were so small, they were unreal. I still couldn't prove it today. I'm thinking it was some kind of bug, but it was only, whatever it was only a couple inches tall, and it left tracks just like a baby deer. And it couldn't have been no more than half a pound, as small as it was. And miniature deer tracks in the sand. I wish I could have molded it then, and I'm still looking for the same types of things now. Anything unreal, unstrange looking, trying to record it, capture it and record it. It's hard to tell how many bugs I may have found that were not listed in the books. They're unfound, strange beetles from high altitudes with weird colors. I should be taking pictures and painting them now, but I'm not. I'm at home, taking it easy, making this video for you, to make you into a believer and a woodsman. Get out there and do your thing. Everybody have a good day. God bless the USA. Amen.